This is the Grand Canyon. Millions of people come to see it every year, and most of them see it from the edge. Some of them even hike down it. But we have different plans, because where we're going, there's only one way in. We're Erin and Paul, and we are flying our airplane to all 50 states, exploring things to do on and just off airport all over the US. Last week, we went to state number 1, where we explored an island off the coast of California for 24 hours. And this week, we are exploring our home state, going to an airport that's been on our bucket list for years. We're headed to the middle of the Grand Canyon.
Terminal 513, Echo Papa Falcon Tower, fly straight out. I will call your turn to the north, wind calm, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
4 left, clear for takeoff, fly straight out, 3 Echo Papa.
It is pretty crazy. We've been talking about coming up to Marble Canyon for a long time. We went to Horseshoe Bend, flew over Horseshoe Bend, went to Page, Arizona, and on the way out, we overflew Marble Canyon.
Yeah.
But either it was like closed at that time, or
I think it was closed.
we just weren't comfy with it or something to actually now like fly in. I'm excited. Yep. I'm jazzed.
Hey, we're getting to explore more of our home state.
Okay, we are on our way from Falcon Field up to Marble Canyon in the Grand Canyon right now, and we are overflying Flagstaff. On Garmin Pilot, they have visual NOTAMs, and guys, look, there is a visual NOTAM for a free balloon, Surface Unlimited. So I was able to call into Flagstaff and be like, hey, Flagstaff Tower, do you know anything about this NOTAM? Do you know the specifics about it? And they were able to tell me exactly where that balloon was. This being our first time to drop down into the canyon and land on this runway, there are a lot of considerations that go into it. It's definitely a bit spicier of an approach and landing because there's some unknowns. We get above the airport, and within 3 nautical miles of the airport, that's when we'll lose all of our altitude and we'll circle down above the runway. There is no weather reporting there, so I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Also, the runway itself, I've read a ton. It's not the smoothest.
Yeah, we've never landed there before.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of questions coming into my head on this approach. Questioning winds, questioning runway condition, and then also on the final approach, you do overfly some deep canyons. Coming in cautiously to this landing for sure. We'll see how it goes. We got 8 minutes. We'll find out.
Literally a crack below us. Holy shiz.
We are pretty much right on top of the runway, so we'll keep this coming down.
Do we want to pull throttle out more, or?
Trying to keep it in to keep that engine temp okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm just slowing up our descent a little bit here.
That is wild.
Ooh, I have some jitters right now.
Yeah, I do too. There's no room for error. Alright, the wind is coming this direction. So we have a headwind this way.
First notch of flaps.
Headwind for runway 3, so that's perfect. If it stays that way all the way down, that's the big question.
Yep. Still coming down 1,000 feet a minute. This is good. I like that we slowed up a bit.
Yeah, this is a good call, hun.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Oh, we know there's terrain ahead.
Oh,
look at that terrain. Can't miss it. We are configured for landing.
We can always go around.
Always
so
go
much fuel left.
Expecting some weird winds over this canyon right here.
Yep, that's a good estimation.
A little fast. Everything feels really smooth right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's a little bit of an upslip. Runway.
10, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, I think we made it.
I think we made it.
Heck yeah, we freaking made it! Let's go!
Dude, it is stunning here.
That approach, holy crap, was insane.
Yeah, that was wild. I wasn't flying, but my heart was pounding.
That is so freaking cool.
That is cool.
We're in Marble Canyon, Arizona.
Let's go, boy!
Hot dang! Let's do it.
For the next 48 hours, Marble Canyon is home base. Just minutes from this runway is the Colorado River, one of the main gateways into the Grand Canyon. And tomorrow, we're getting dropped upstream and kayaking our way back through it. Oh my gosh, this place is so cute. This place is so cute. It's also huge.
This is
We should have brought friends.
I know, truly. Literally, we landed. There's the highway right next to where we landed, and then on the other side is this. Like, what's a 2-second walk?
They have a full-blown kitchen, and one of the first things I saw whenever we came in was they had all these snacks laying over here. I'm particularly really excited about this one. I told Paul I was gonna give up chocolate and dessert for Lent, but that may change.
But that was short-lived. I'm excited for the coffee over here. They have a full-on Chemex for me, which, man, I love some good coffee in the morning. Bad review.
It passes the flop test.
We just can't believe this is right off the runway. Like, we landed, and 10 seconds later, we're in our lodge right next to the mountains in the Grand Canyon. And we got some fun activities right around here that we're gonna be doing. But yeah, before any of us get hangry, we're gonna go get our dinner for the night, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Sylvester, this is Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Are you the one taking us?
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you so much for saving the day.
Truly, thank you.
Saving us from walking 6 miles. We're headed down to the Colorado River to meet a boat that will help take us upstream so we can float back through Marble Canyon. The launch point is about 6 miles from the lodge, and normally they have a shuttle running, but on our trip, it wasn't working. So we were planning on walking the entire way. Thankfully, Sylvester saved the day and gave us a ride down. The only problem is we still don't have a way back. So our goal is to finish the float and get back to the parking lot while there are still people around so that hopefully we can hitchhike back with someone. Otherwise, we're kind of looking at a 2-hour walk back in the cold and dark after a long day of kayaking.
How long you worked here?
Since 2015.
I feel like a lot of people work there and stay there for a long time. There was a lady helping us last night. That was it Celeste?
Oh yeah.
She's been there like 20 years.
Yeah, most of the workers here, they're mostly long-time workers.
Cool.
They've been here for a while.
What do you do for fun around here?
I mean, like kayaking is pretty cool around here. It got really busy. Sometimes you'll be like 100 to 200 kayakers.
Wow.
Going upriver, downriver throughout the busy season, which is going to be April. Sometimes I drive the shuttle van.
Yeah.
Drop people off for the commercial rafters down at the river. Then they launch from there. Some people launch, be at downriver, all the way to the end of the whole trip for 6-7 days, and some be down in camp for about a whole month.
Holy crap.
Wow. Some they'll get dropped off somewhere upriver and then just kayak all the way back.
Is that what we're doing today, Paul?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Bro, thank you. Have a great day. We'll see you. All right, we just made it down to the side of the Colorado River. This is one of the very few put-in points on the Colorado you can access by car. In the research, we realized there's an airport right next to where everyone puts in, and that's what we were able to fly into last night. This is 6 miles from there, so a quick car ride or a long walk would have gotten us here.
But today we're gonna kayak down the river and hopefully make it back to dinner. I don't know how long this kayak trip's supposed to be. Do you?
No, and Aaron and I, we've like kayaked some.
You guys see this vertical point on this cliff just right directly in front of us right here? And then go to that horizontal skyline on the far cliff and bring the two together right at the top. And just to the right of that vertical point on the skyline, you see all the trees sticking out? There's your people at Horseshoe Bend overlook looking down at you.
Treeple.
Treeple.
Well, now what? So apparently along this 10-mile river run, they got campgrounds all along the way. And a lot of these campgrounds, they've even established toilet areas. There's nothing too crazy about them. I'd give you a little bathroom tour, but it's literally just like a porta potty hut. I think this bathroom hut has seriously some of the best views.
Also on this stop, there's a trail to get you to old indigenous petroglyphs carved into the side of the canyon wall. There's a lot of signs here that talk about these descending sheep petroglyphs. And Luke was even talking on the boat ride about how in this area specifically of the canyon, lots of bighorn sheep come down into this. So my mind just runs wild with like, you know, guys out here, what life might have looked like back then and here. Guess what? You want to head out?
Yeah.
Is it time?
Might as well start this 6-hour kayak.
Yeah, we probably should start it. Just look at me tip over right here.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Jimmy's here.
This is gonna be awesome. Well, this 6-hour paddle down the Colorado River is just beginning. And honestly, these 6 hours may just fly by really fast, Paul.
Agreed.
It is stunning here. The scenery, the cliffs. When we just like are still and don't paddle, it is so peaceful and serene. Like the drama of these cliffs is just wild. Our tour guide Luke dropped us 10 miles up from where he picked us up with the boat. We are about 1 mile from Horseshoe Bend. I remember being at Horseshoe Bend with my family a couple of years ago, and we were watching some kayakers kayak down in those canyons. And Paul and I were like, yo, we gotta do this someday. And that's crazy that day's today. I also low-key had no idea that kayak trip would consist of 6 hours of kayaking. So cue the clock, 6 hours is just beginning.
Look at this, guys. It's Horseshoe Bend. We're literally at the bottom of Horseshoe Bend right now. And if you look way up here, there's people.
Horseshoe Bend's first stop. I had no idea that there were campsites in Horseshoe Bend. Literally, they have this spot you can pull off that's got this like rocky beach. We've flown over it how many times? We've been to the rim quite a few times. I've never known that you could camp inside. I feel like the more we visit these places, the more we learn all the activities and experiences that you can come and do. And I don't feel like it ever has to be old. It can always be new. Next time, we're either rappelling or we're camping here.
Because we're a little rushed for time, can you give the people a very quick campground tour before we hit the road and head back?
Yes. Stay. We have bathroom. We have the 9-mile marker. Fire pits. That's it. Thanks for coming to Aaron's campground tour.
That's really good.
Thank you. I know we were told that the current goes 3 miles per hour, and I believe it does at certain points, but I'm telling you, there's been a lot of points on this whole kayak where I'm like, I don't think there was a current.
We are about a third of the way through. We just got past Horseshoe Bend, and now we're, I think, by 8 mile, 7 mile. So we're a third of the way done with it. Luke said that after dark, he cannot come on the river to help or like to get anyone. So he would love for everyone to be back like 5:30-ish. It's almost 4 now.
Six miles.
We got 1 hour. Break.
Oh boy.
Right about now, you're wishing you had a single kayak so you weren't pulling my butt along with you.
Yeah, you should have not eaten that muffin this morning, Paul. It may not look like it at this point, but we were kind of starting to freak out. Because if we didn't make it back to the dock in time, we ran a risk of having to walk all the way back to the lodge in the dark.
All right, here's the fault lines. All right, we're making progress. The familiar fault lines. So these fault lines up here were the original position of the Glen Dam. The one up there was supposed to originally be built here. And as we pass by, you'll actually see anchor points where they were trying to test if this would be the right place of the dam. And it was right at the last minute they switched positions. They decided not to do it on the fault lines that could shift and break a dam. That makes sense. And then they ended up putting it up to where it is now. I found it interesting that like The dam was supposed to be right here. This was supposed to be underwater, like filled up with water, but instead it's way up there. So prior to the dam being installed upriver, this water was all super murky because it had a bunch of runoff from storms in it. It was brown, it was muddy. But once they installed the dam, they now control the flow of the water and it chilled everything out. No more flash floods, crystal clear water so we can see the floor. Yeah, it really changed the landscape down here.
This is a very unfamiliar area for Paul and I. Yes, we've been to Horseshoe Bend before and seen above it, but we've never kayaked through this. And also we've never kayaked 6 miles before. We're not pro kayakers.
Yeah.
And so like, we don't know what our speed is for 6 miles for kayaking.
But he said on the other side of the sand, it's a mile, so we still have to get to the other side of the sand.
Ahoy!
The sand! 3 miles!
Sand!
Oh, it's only an hour more. We got 20 minutes. We got this.
We got this.
Good time.
The sun starting to set in the canyon was gorgeous, but also terrifying because it meant we were probably walking 2 hours home in the dark. But then we saw Luke's boat show up in the distance.
Oh, maybe. So where are y'all at? Are you alive?
I think we were enjoying our time too much.
We're like almost there, right? Heck yes! Yeah, let's go. Thanks, Luke.
They really weren't concerned for us. I mean, we were concerned, but we were concerned so we didn't know.
I didn't come to find out it was legit that we were concerned.
By the time we got back, mostly everyone was gone, but luckily Luke was headed back our way and was kind enough to offer us a ride.
I'm really so here for the s'mores. Something my dad always does with me and my family anytime we go on a trip or vacation, actually in a lot of days outside of trips or vacations, is he always asks, what are your top 3 favorite things? So Paul, I'm gonna ask you, what are your top 3 favorite things?
One, seeing the reflection of the canyon walls on the water today was wild. Like, just like the still crystal clear water. Yeah, it was really cool. Second top thing from the day was getting a ride back there and back instead of having to walk. Dude, I was sure we were gonna have to walk 6 miles at least one way.
Yeah.
Man, that was
The
boys came in clutch. I don't know if this is like a top 3, but I'm gonna make it my 3rd one. I had this mentor in college that I looked up to a ton, and he always told us to like take mental snapshots. And these are like images that you just will live with. They're just images ingrained in your brain. And I definitely have a mental snapshot from this trip down in the canyon of us on the beach looking up at the Horseshoe Bend overlook where you and I were just a couple years ago with your family. And like you and I holding each other there, like staring up at it and then taking a selfie there, that will always be in my brain. Like, just so cool. It was a really cool full circle moment, and it was just a really like something that you wanted to do for so long, something I wanted to do for so long, happening, and then just being in the bottom of the canyon looking up was freaking insane. It was really cool.
It's been a good trip.
It really has been.
Well, I think we're gonna have some s'mores and call it a day.
Early morning tomorrow, and we're gonna start our trip over to state number 3. We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you in